Alright guys, I'm back with another video. This is a Black Ops 3 clip from a long time ago. I want to say probably January. I was really sick of playing Black Ops 4, so I came back to BO3 for a little bit. I was missing advanced movement, especially playing with a scuff, so I came back and decided to play for a little bit. But before we get into the video real quick, I'm sorry for the messy room behind me. Just doing big cleaning and a lot of laundry, so if you want to go ahead and say something in the comments about my dirty room, go ahead. I don't really care. But onward. Black Ops 4. This is probably the first Call of Duty that I've ever played where I just played 2 or 3 months of the game and just didn't go back to it. I haven't played since January, like I said, and the game's just stale in my opinion. I don't really find too much fun in playing Call of Duty when there's no overall score for leaderboards. You know, Black Ops 3 was an exception because we hadn't had a Black Ops series game in quite a few years before this one came out. And then we had 2 Call of Duties in between Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4, which gave us a little break, and then we're back to Black Ops 4. You know, Black Ops 4 didn't have a campaign, but I'm not going to beat that to death, but I think that, you know, it's an unnecessary game to have Black Ops 4 in my opinion. But that's just me. But let's get into why Black Ops 4 is stale. League play. Not very impressed with League play. Don't like how they did the ranking system. I think they could have made it just so much more simpler like it has been in previous Call of Duties, but they had to make it 10 times more difficult with these rubies and all these different leagues and shit. You know, if they kept it just as simple as it has been in previous Call of Duties, then I think it would have been so much better. And another thing I wish that they had was ban and protect. Okay? I know that they got rid of their own perks, their own equipment, their own guns, and their own streaks that you can't use. So they made it almost as if you're playing a pro match. But I think that it would have been cooler if they added the ban and protect system like Black Ops 3 had. If they made it exactly like Black Ops 3's league play or whatever you want to call it, then I think it would have been 10 times better than it is now. And the fact that it's an event that happens for 4 days long or 3 days long, if I remember correctly, then what is the point of that? What are we supposed to do on the 3 days that it's not there? For those people that just grind the what is it called? The league playlist. Okay, what do you expect people to do for those 3 days that only play Call of Duty specifically for that reason? And I think that they rushed league play. They rushed. I think they rushed Black Ops 4 as a game in general. And I want to go into what's going to happen next year for Call of Duty after I finish what I'm talking about for Black Ops 4. But, you know, they keep coming out with all of these new weapons, you know, that you can get for free, which is a pretty good idea. But the supply drops, okay? Supply drops or reserve crates, whatever they call them, are really bad. You know, they were a bad move for the game. Why are you buying reserve crates when you can get half the shit in the current, I'm going to call it the battle pass, even though it's not called the battle pass, when you can get it through the tiers? I understand that the reserve crates, I think if I read correctly, the reserve crates also offer things from the previous battle passes. I'm not sure if that's right, but could be. But it also offer you mastercraft and reactive camos that you can't get in the tier system. Oh, excuse me, which I think is pretty cool, but don't waste your money on buying them. You don't get shit out of them. I don't know why people continue to waste their money on them when Call of Duty has yet to give us a reason to buy them. The cosmetics, you don't even get them that much. Also, I think with the featured playlist, you know, I think that they need to have a vote on what people like the most for the featured playlist. You know, I know people love the Chaos Control. Chaos Control is probably one of the most popular featured playlist game modes that they offered, just for the mere fact that it was easy to drop over 200 kills. So I think they need to listen to the community more on what they want for the featured playlist. Nobody likes to play what do they have? Chaos Team Deathmatch. Okay, there are certain game modes that they put in the featured playlist that nobody likes to play. And that's when they complain and people don't want to play the game for that week. But enough of Black Ops 4 rant. I'm going to do a completely separate video for Black Ops 4. But what I really wanted to talk about is next year's Call of Duty. There have been a lot of rumors, or I should say things floating around that the next Call of Duty could be Modern Warfare 4. I hope it's Modern Warfare 4, but I hope it's not at the same time. Because if they make Modern Warfare 4, okay, Infinity Ward makes Modern Warfare 4, and they add specialists to Modern Warfare 4, they're going to completely kill the series as a whole. Okay, people don't like specialists in Call of Duty. A majority of people, they just hate them, especially this year. Specialists are ungodly overpowered this year, and no matter what they do, people seem to find ways to make them just as overpowered as they were before the updates, okay? And I think that if they add these specialists to Modern Warfare 4, they're going to completely kill the series. I think they need to keep it very similar to Modern Warfare 3. Modern Warfare 3 and a little bit of Modern Warfare 2. What I mean by that is make a combination of both with the maps and the guns. Okay, there were guns in Modern Warfare 2 that people hated. Okay, the one-man army noob tubing should be out the window when it comes to Modern Warfare 4 if they make it. The guns, you can take a multitude of guns from both games and add them into 4. You don't need to make new guns. Just bring back the ones that people loved from Modern Warfare 3 and Modern Warfare 2. What else? People have been begging for something like the nuke from Modern Warfare 2. If you bring back something that ends the game and gives people something that they really like, a classic thing. The nuke from Modern Warfare 2 was a classic thing to have, and I think that if we add that or something like the Moab from Modern Warfare 3, we've had them in previous years, but I think if you bring that back, it'll bring people back to the game. I want to make this in a separate video as well, but I'm gonna talk about it really quick. Is them bringing back apparently Modern Warfare 2 being remastered. Now, there's also been rumor, if that happens, that there's no multiplayer. They're bringing back just the Spec Op missions, if I remember correctly, in the campaign. Huge mistake, remastering a game in general. Okay? You're bringing a new Call of Duty as well as remastering another one. And, Modern Warfare Remastered and IW was a failure year in an aspect because it's too much for the developers to update and handle, okay? Right now, they would have to update Modern Warfare, the Spec Op missions, all the bugs, everything, as well as updating the campaign for Modern Warfare 4, I guess if they're going to do some kind of Battle Royale, I mean, we don't know, but could be, they're going to have to update that. They're going to have to update the multiplayer and anything else that they add into the game. It's just so much for these developers to handle that I don't think that they have enough staff on hand to bring out this new content in the time period that we want it. So I'm going to end it right there. We'll talk about that in a separate video, but I seriously hope that if they remaster Modern Warfare 2, they bring the multiplayer back, because that's what made Modern Warfare 2 so good. Not the Spec Op missions, not the campaign, but the multiplayer, okay? It's a classic Call of Duty. It brings back the old feeling of Call of Duty to the players that are complaining the most about Call of Duty right now. So I seriously hope that they bring back Modern Warfare 2, but they do add the multiplayer as well. I think that it would be a good move for them to bring multiplayer back, but they need to chill with Modern Warfare 4 if it is a thing, and not bring in a Battle Royale game mode. I think they just need to focus on multiplayer for that game, as well as the Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer. So I just noticed that I had my hands up for a large majority of this video, so sorry about that. Hope you guys liked having the camera and commentary in the video. If you do, comment down below, keep it. If not, then let me know. Also, comment down below what games you want to see, and don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.